Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm junk journaling. I think today I'm going to work in one of these covers that I made out of a Vera Bradley pocketbook or purse. And I did these a few weeks ago. I made 3 of them. This is the brown and blue one. Has little lace pockets on the inside, some gingham ribbon. On the outside, more of the gingham ribbon, some sparkly ribbons, and some ruffles made from this blue teal material and a blue polka dotted ribbon and these fancy buttons that I'm tie close with just this little blue ribbon. This has a very wide spine, so I think I'm going to put in 3 signatures, and I made my foundation pages out of some scraps of old paper that I had. 3 signatures. And then I was at Hobby Lobby and they had 4 sheets for $1, so 25 cents each. And I bought some more flowered paper. So these are brand new. And they're mostly like floral patterns. And I'm going to divide these up and use them in my Vera Bradley junk journals. This will probably go in the pink one. This will definitely go in the pink one. And this might be good for blue and brown. They'll probably work in any of them. I love this with the black and white stripes in the background. This one has black and white background, but this one has little black polka dots. And this one is like a watercolor effect. Very pretty. And today I was doing some chores and I turned my dusting of all the tchotchkes on the shelf into a craft project. As I dusted each shelf, I took off the doily and photocopied it. So I did each one 3 times. This is the second one. And the third one. So these are all the same. And a nice round one. And let's see, and the last one. So I'm going to cut these and use those in the junk journals too. So I'm going to go through what I have and come up with a design for a few of the pages. So I worked on a few pages and I'm just going to share with you what I've accomplished so far. And the first page of every signature is going to have a little bit of this woodland scene on it. And the first one has the cute little bunnies. I just glued it down to this blue cardstock. And it looked like it needed something, so I added a little bit of scrap fabric that's pink with little white hearts. And a little bit of this sort of aqua color wrinkly fabric along the edge. Makes it look like a ruffle. Then on the second page, I used some of this really pretty sort of bluish green eucalyptus leaves material, paper. And I carried over some more of this aqua color material and made a flip. Now I made a little tiny flip because I love this paper and I didn't want to cover it all up. So I wanted to see it like a frame around the flip. I used some of the lace from the Dollar Tree, and I found an old earring and I just pulled this silk rose off of it and used a hot glue gun, glued it down, and I added a little more lace along the edge and added some pink stickles, like little jewels on the lace. And then I used some dyed, I used watercolor notebook paper. So you have 2 journaling pages inside the little flip. On the next page, I made a little pocket with a flip up, and again used some watercolor and drew some lines and stamped a little bunny to carry my little bunny theme through to the next page. And then I decided to put down this little bit of handkerchief. It's kind of a vintage handkerchief from my aunt. And I should have done that before I glued down this little corner tuck flip paper. So I made it a little bit harder, but I cut it on an angle and sewed it down. And then on my journaling card, I put a little pink button and some pink ribbon, like little bunny ears coming up. And on the back, I made some lines, colored it with watercolor paper, and put a little pink flower stamp in the corner. On the next page, I used one of these copies of a doily and made another little corner tuck, put down some of this 25-cent paper I got over at the Hobby Lobby, and took another piece of the 25-cent paper that had these large flowers on it, and I cut out one of the flowers to make a little journaling card, and I just distressed it around the edge. And I also glued a piece of this blue stationery to the back of it to make it a little sturdier. And I distressed around the edge of the doily and around the edge of the page too. And then the next page in the journal was a very thin, like a peachy pink parchment paper. So I decided I would do front and back, just some journaling lines. And I added that same stamp that I had on the other page. And when I stamped this page, the ink kind of went through. So I just took a sparkly pen and traced, so it's the same on both sides. And then I used this old Martha Stewart punch with this little butterfly. I got this at a tag sale quite a while ago. Haven't used it that much. And I made two of them and glued them back to back. I might add something to the little butterflies as I go along. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages done. So thanks for coming along today and happy journaling. Bye-bye now.